Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm Scott Fox, lifelong insurance nerd. So there's a trap lurking in your restaurant's policy. It's been quietly writing there for years. It's a Saturday night. Your line is slammed. The flat top is cranking. The fryer's happy. And somebody flips the wrong burner a hair too high. A flicker of grease catches on the hood baffles, and within 40 seconds, the suppression system dumps foam everywhere. Customers out the door. Fire department on the way. Nobody hurt. Your hood did its job. You walk back in the next morning and start the cleanup. 48 hours later, you call your carrier expecting them to hand you a check for the rebuild. Call it $250,000 between equipment, smoke, and lost income. 3 weeks pass. The carrier sends you a denial letter. Specifically, a denial for non-compliance with NFPA 96 maintenance schedule. Translation? Somewhere in the middle of 40 pages of policy language, your carrier required you to keep your hood suppression certificate on file, and you didn't. $250,000 out of pocket for a fire your suppression system actually put out. This is the assumption almost every restaurant owner I meet is running on. And here's exactly where it can break. Let's get nerdy. The policy doesn't say have a system, it says maintain a system. When you bought your commercial property in BOP, that's a business owner's policy that bundles your general liability and your property coverage, there's a maintenance warranty buried in there for restaurants. The warranty references NFPA 96. That stands for the National Fire Protection Association Standard 96, the rule book for ventilation control and fire protection of commercial cooking operations. Now, you don't need to read all 40 pages. You need to read the one paragraph, the maintenance schedule. The schedule says hood suppression systems get inspected every 6 months by a licensed company. Twice a year, not once. Not when something breaks, twice. And here's the part nobody warns you about. The maintenance is not the warranty. The certificate documenting the maintenance is the warranty. If a fire happens and there's no certificate on file at the time of loss, technically the carrier doesn't owe you the money. Most owners think the metal sticker the suppression tech slaps on the cabinet is the documentation. The sticker proves the inspection happened. The certificate proves you have it on record. 2 different documents. The carrier wants the second one. Nerd tip. Pull your last suppression inspection report out of the file drawer right now. If what you have is the wallet card or the sticker photo and not a multi-page report with a signature, a license number, and a date, you're holding inspection evidence. You're not holding the certificate the policy asked for. The sticker on the cabinet is not the document on file. Your suppression company sends a tech out every 6 months. The tech tests the hydrostatic pressure on the cylinders. He pulls the fusible links, checks the spray nozzles. He runs the manual pull, cleans the surfaces. When he leaves, he slaps a sticker on the cabinet that says, next inspection due date. And it's also got his name and his license number. That sticker is for the fire marshal. It tells the inspector who showed up. Their certificate is a completely different piece of paper. It's the company's signed report, the one with the line items, the date, the technician's license, and the seal. That report goes to you. The suppression company is not required to file it with your insurance carrier. They're not even required to remind you to file it with your insurance carrier. That is on you. When the carrier underwrites your renewal, they may ask for it, they may not. When the carrier adjusts the claim, they're probably going to ask for it. And here's the punchline. In plain English, if you can't produce the most recent certificate and the next one was past due, the entire fire claim is denied. Not reduced, denied. The suppression system worked perfectly. The paperwork around it didn't. Nerd tip. The day your suppression company finishes the inspection, ask for a PDF of the signed certificate before the tech leaves the building. Email it to yourself. Forward it to your broker. 2 minutes of work, $250,000 of coverage. Your insurance carrier is not required to remind you about your hood suppression certificate. They're not required to call you when it's coming due. They're not required to ask for it at renewal. The maintenance warranty is a condition of your policy, meaning the carrier is allowed to assume you're complying with it, and if you're not, they're allowed to deny it. In most industries, if the company you're paying expects you to do something, they tell you. Insurance is one of the few categories where the obligation is one way. You're responsible for knowing what's in your policy. You're responsible for proving compliance at the moment of loss. Carrier's job is to write the check if you've done your part and deny the claim if you haven't. Now, I'm not saying that to make you mad at your carrier. I'm saying it because the system is set up that way and you might as well know about it. The brokers who tell you about these warranties at the time you bind the policy, that's the role we're supposed to play. The brokers who don't, well, you find out about the warranty the first time it comes up in a denial letter, and by then, it's expensive. Nerd tip, once a year, not twice, just once, sit down with your broker and ask them to read the maintenance warranties out loud to you. Hood suppression, sprinkler system, burglar alarms, refrigeration alarms, if you carry spoilage. 5 minutes per warranty. If your broker won't do this, you might have the wrong broker. How to verify yours in the next 5 minutes. This is the part where you can actually do something about it, step by step. Step 1, open your phone, find the email from your suppression company. They'll have a name like Firemaster, Cintas, Kitty, or a local equivalent. Search Suppression and pull up the last inspection report. 2, look at the date. If it's more than 6 months ago, you're already past due. Call your suppression company and book the next visit. Don't wait until the calendar lands on the anniversary. The policy reads every 6 months, not give or take a quarter. 3, open the report itself. You're looking for 3 things: the technician's signature, the company's license number, and a clean checklist with no flagged items. If anything is flagged, needs repair, and the report doesn't show a follow-up correcting it, that flagged item is your exposure. 4, forward the most recent certificate to 2 places: your insurance broker, that's me, or, whoever you're using, and your own permanent business records folder. Cloud storage works. Drawer also works as long as the drawer isn't next to the line. 5, set a calendar reminder for 5 months from now, not 6, 5, because suppression companies are busy, and a 6-month policy schedule plus a 5-month calendar reminder give you a buffer to book the next inspection before you fall out of compliance. Nerd tip, if you operate more than one location, do this audit per location. The certificate at one address does not protect a claim at the other address. Each kitchen is its own little compliance world. Some of you watching this just realized you don't have a current certificate, or you have one, but it's 9 months old. Don't panic, but don't sit on it either. Step 1, book the inspection today. Most companies can get out within a week. Some can do it within 48 hours if you tell them you're behind on your policy compliance. Step 2, when the technician arrives, tell them you need the signed certificate in addition to the sticker. Some companies email it, some hand deliver it. Make sure you leave that day with a PDF in hand. Step 3, Once you have the new certificate, file it with your broker the same day. Don't wait until renewal. Don't wait until a claim. The clock on a maintenance warranty resets at the inspection date, not the file date. But you want both the inspection and the filing dated the same week, because that's the cleanest paper trail if a claim happens between now and your next inspection. There's no penalty for catching up. The policy doesn't ding you for being late on a previous cycle. It only dings you for being out of compliance at the time of a loss. So getting current today is the entire fix. Nerd tip: while the suppression company is on site, ask them to email you the prior year's reports too. Some companies archive 5 years, others 6. A historical paper trail is worth its weight at renewal. Underwriters reward owners who can produce 3 clean years of inspection reports with better pricing. Hood fires happen in restaurants. It's not the question. The question is whether your paperwork holds up the day after. Your suppression system can do its job perfectly, putting out the fire, saving the building, keeping your staff and your customers safe, and you could still eat the entire $250,000 rebuild because the certificate the policy required wasn't in your file. The fix takes 5 minutes. The cost of skipping it can be everything you've built. Pull your last inspection report. Look at the date. If you don't like what you see, call your suppression company and call your broker right after that. If you want a second set of eyes on your restaurant policy, not just the hood warranty, but every other maintenance condition buried in there, book a 15-minute coverage review with me. Links in the description. You'll walk away knowing exactly what your carrier expects of you in the back of the kitchen. No quote, no sales pitch, just an honest read of what you've already got. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay nerdy, my friends.